Well, good evening and welcome back to the kitchen again. Apron Strings is still busy making good stuff. I got company coming and I needed a good casserole, a good quick something that I could build a meal around. And guess what? I have canned chicken. I have leftover cornbread from my sister Manasco's cornbread that I showed y'all a day or two ago. And I happen to have chicken stock in the pantry. I had celery and green onions and regular onions. And I boiled me some eggs because I put boiled eggs in mine. This is going to be just a quick little dish that's almost like I make my chicken and dressing for Thanksgiving. It's not going to be quite as good because it's going to be canned chicken instead of fresh boiled chicken. But I'm going to show y'all if you'll can you some stuff up. And if you don't have you some fresh, have you some dehydrated or in the freezer or freeze-dried celery and green onions and onions. You can make a meal at the drop of a hat that'll make a full man hungry. Okay, let me just tell y'all what I've done. I crumbled up my cornbread and I chopped up my boiled eggs. And I've got them mixed in here real good together. And I've got about 2 to 3 tablespoons of onion powder and about 3/4 of a teaspoon of garlic powder, and I went ahead and added right at a half a teaspoon of salt. Now y'all are going to have to do the salt to taste because it'll depend on how salty your cornbread is or whatever. So I have sauteed my vegetables and I'm going to add them in here, and I did it in the chicken stock. That may be all the juice that I need, and it's a lot of vegetables. And I'm going to add my chicken, and it's going to kind of shred up. That's okay. It's very tender when I could chop it, but that's all right. I actually baked off some chicken breast, and let me tell you something that's really good. Melt you some butter in your sheet pan, and get your chicken prepared to bake. Pat it dry, put it in your pan where the butter is melted down, and flip it back and forth to get butter on both sides. And then you want to get you a container of Montreal steak seasoning and generously coat your chicken. Flip it over, coat the other side, uncovered, put it in a 350-degree oven for about 30 minutes. Check your internal temperature to be sure it's done. Mine was perfect in 30 minutes. It's tender and that flavor is wonderful. And that's quick and easy. So that's the meat that I'm gonna serve with this. Let me get me a spoon and taste and see what I need. Let me taste of my quick meal here. That's pretty good stuff. Now I'm going to put a little bit of poultry seasoning in it. Find any poultry seasoning, but I have some sage that that I dried myself. So mix that stuff up in it. Get me another spoon. Taste again for how easy was that. I'll get the rest of the chicken out of this jar. Put it in here. Okay, I'm going to get this in the oven. Oh, y'all look at my Pyrex dish that I got at Goodwill for like $3, I think is what it was. Yeah, I grabbed it real quick. I like that kind of stuff. Now I don't have any measurements on how much celery and onion and all. I know I put 1 yellow onion, and I did put like 4 ribs of celery. I'm not sure on the green onions. I know it was 1 whole bunch, but I don't know how many was in there. Okay, y'all, here's the chicken and dressing out of the oven, and it looks yummy. I hadn't tasted of it yet because it's exactly too hot. My company's supposed to be here in about 10 or 15 minutes, so I've got to hurry up and get everything finished and on the table. I'm just trying to help y'all to realize that, you know, you don't have to have a week's notice if you have a few things on hand that you can cook with. Don't, you know, I could have just put that hunk of cornbread in the freezer, and I would have if I hadn't have used it, because I'm not going to just let it go to waste. So keep a few, you know, of your leftover things, and you can make a nice meal out of it. Learn to can you some chicken and some beef and whatever you have in your garden, and you know, the more stuff that you have on hand at home, doesn't matter what the weather is or what catastrophe hits, you can make a meal. So I hope y'all enjoyed this little lesson. I'm sure I'll visit chicken and dressing again closer to Thanksgiving, but I just wanted to show you what you can do with a few leftovers in a hurry. Y'all have a blessed evening. Spend some family time. Come right back here tomorrow and see what we're doing. The good Lord bless you.